Interested in getting tickets to a concert or sporting event? Use SeatGeek and get $20 off on your next purchase with promo code OBERSPORTS. That's OBERSPORTS, OBERSPORTS. What's going on, guys? Jacob Ober here, coming to you with my reactions to Packers versus Vikings. Packers take this one by 27 points, 37-10 the final score, and the Green Bay Packers are the number one seed in the NFC. That means no team can get to the Super Bowl without coming through Lambeau Field. That is a very reassuring thought. I know we had it last year. I know we had it in 2011 as well. But this team is built for January football. This team can be a power run football team. They can be an air it out football team. They're physical on defense. They got all the tools to do it this year, guys. They got all the tools to do it this year. Just like last year, they have all the tools to do it. It's been certainly a journey to this point with, of course, Week 1. The Week 1 loss to the Saints with the whole, Aaron Rodgers offseason drama. And, the Packers, though, every Sunday they showed up and they played football. And they have made it to this point. They're 13-3. They can be 14-3 if they win next week in a game that I don't anticipate any starters will play except maybe on the offensive line. I seriously doubt Adams plays or Rodgers plays or Jones plays. Maybe Dillon plays since they'll probably need another running back. They only have Patrick Taylor, Jones, and Dillon on the roster. But, I seriously doubt that any of our, big star players end up playing next week with the number one seat locked up. So that means we're going to get a great opportunity at looking at Jordan Love play. But if recent news is any indication, Aaron Rodgers is going to be the Packers quarterback for next season. There's been a lot of reports of him, the relationship between him and the front office has been really good, much improved this year. The situation in Green Bay for him right now is probably the best he could have in the NFL, and maybe not get paid the most money, but certainly I think the best situation football-wise for him in the NFL. And he's going to have a chance to win a second Super Bowl ring this season. If he can take care of business along with his Packer teammates at Lambeau Field and then get to SoFi Stadium in LA where the Super Bowl is going to be held this year. But, the more I think about it, and this game was definitely, it's been building for a while, but this game was definitely, kind of an aha moment for me. As much as we talk about, being able to keep guys like Elton Jenkins, Jair Alexander, all the younger, talented players we have, sending stars. This game really, it might be worth giving up one or two of them to keep Aaron Rodgers and Devonta Adams in Green Bay. The chemistry that those two have together. Even if the Packers are overall a mediocre to bad football team, those two are pretty much going to ensure that you're in the postseason, especially with the postseason format being expanded. Having those two on the team elevates so much. It's the best tandem in the league without question. There's nobody else that comes close to what those two have done in recent years. And honestly, if they stick together for another even 3 to 4 years, it could go down as the best tandem in NFL history. They could legitimately set records for sure. They're already setting records as it is. Rodgers has already thrown more touchdowns to Adams than any other player in his entire career. Adams is, I think he's still under 30 years old. He's a great player. And obviously Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. That connection has just been, it's been amazing to watch it develop over the years. I remember when Devonta Adams was a guy who people wanted bench for Jeff Janis. He had problems with drops early in his career, and he was a guy who Rodgers didn't necessarily trust all that much, but to see them grow and develop together over the past 5 to 7 years, however long it's been, I think it's been 7 or 8 with Adams now, but it's been amazing. It's been truly amazing to watch, and, you got to find a way to keep them in Green Bay. You got to find a way. I don't know how they're going to do it with the cap space that they have. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they got to figure out some way to do it because the chemistry that these two guys have, it's unbelievable. It's the best I've ever seen. They're always on the same page. They're never out of sync with each other. It's a cheat code. It's literally a cheat code. It's like, oh, Packers are a bad team. Let's just spam Rodgers Adams all game and we might have a good chance to win. That's literally what their tandem is. And obviously the Packers are a very, very good football team besides them this year, but, even if in the future you might not be as good of a team, if you have Aaron Rodgers and Devonta Adams, you're always going to have a chance in any single football game. So it's definitely to a point where I'm at least thinking about it. I'm not saying that, let's, get rid of these guys so we can make sure that we keep him and Adams together or whatever, but it's getting to a point where you got to consider it. I mean, it's incredible what they've built over, the past almost decade now. But as for the football game itself, the Packers, they were dominant on defense. The Vikings had zero idea what to do with Sean Mannion at quarterback. I mean, even if Kirk Cousins played this game, the Packers probably would have won by at least 2 or 3 scores. I mean, they were dominant on offense, dominant on defense. The speed at which their defense plays, I've said it in the past, it's so much better than it has been in previous years. I mean, they hit hard, they get to the ball, their corners are physical. There's a lot of broken up passes, there's a lot of almost interceptions that could have been, and a lot of interceptions as well, too. I mean, the Packers forced a lot of turnovers for sure. I don't think they had an interception in this game, though. But, I mean, the Vikings simply could not move the ball on them when it mattered. I mean, at the end of half, they got lucky and got into field goal range. And he was able to hit a Lambeau record in January. It was really weird how 51 yards is like the longest field goal ever made at Lambeau in January, considering how many football games have been played at Lambeau in January. But, man, I mean, really the Vikings just had they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. And, obviously backup quarterback as a team. It's also a team that's very, very desperate and that we're fighting for their playoffs lives, but everyone knew that they really didn't have much of a chance in this game without Kirk Cousins, and even if they did have him, the Packers still probably win this one pretty easily. But hey, I mean, the Packers look like the best team in the NFC, and if they have the 1 seed now, the only teams that I could say compared to them are all warm weather teams. I mean, who could beat the Green Bay Packers? Maybe the Buccaneers. They're a warm weather team. I mean, any team that could even compete with them. I mean, you look at the contenders in the NFC, the Buccaneers, like I said, the Rams, who else? God, why can I not think of it? Oh, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, those 2 teams play in the desert or in a dome. I mean, these are all warm weather dome teams, warm weather teams that don't, play outdoors in sunny 60-degree weather in December. I mean, there's just one of these teams is going to have to come into Lambeau Field and beat Green Bay, which is at maybe its most complete it's ever been as a football team since the Super Bowl run in 2010. I mean, a team that's literally built to win January football games with power running back like A.J. Dillon, with a defense that's fast and physical, with Aaron Rodgers always playing his best football in December, January, having, the strongest connection he's ever had to Devonta Adams. I mean, it's all set up perfectly for Green Bay. It's all set up perfectly to at least get to the Super Bowl. Now, whoever we play in the AFC, if it gets to that point, is a different question, because there are teams, I think, that could slow down Green Bay in the AFC, teams that could beat Green Bay in the AFC. But as of the NFC, coming to Lambeau, I mean, I already don't think that these teams are at the same level as Green Bay, but, I mean, you're also talking about a warm weather team coming to Green Bay and winning. And this year, we actually have a full capacity crowd, too. There's going to be 80,000 screaming fans in the divisional round and in the championship round if they get there too. So it's the best chance we've gotten. I want to say since entering the playoffs, I want to say it's the best chance we've gotten. Or as far as entering the playoffs goes, like you look at where everybody stands entering the playoffs, I would say this is the best chance to win a Super Bowl the Packers have had entering the postseason since 2011 when they were 15-1 and had the number 1 seed. Of course, that game, we don't want to talk about that game, but still, special group. And this defense is way better than 2011, by the way. So, go Pack, go, guys. We got a shot. And hopefully Jordan Love gives us a great performance next weekend as well. So, either the future looks bright or the trade value goes up. So, anyways, guys, that's all I got to say in this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be out with my reactions to the Lions game next week. And if Rodgers does not play when it's officially confirmed, I will probably get his season highlights up as well for 2021. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, guys, go Pack, go, and I'll see you next time.